To create the cell membrane, phospholipids join together. One phosphate head at the top of the membrane, or outside the cell, and the other head flipped upside down on the inside of the cell. This grouping is called the phospholipid bilayer. There's fluid surrounding the cell called extracellular fluid, and the fluid inside of the cell called intracellular fluid. Because the phosphate heads are hydrophilic, they prefer to touch this fluid. Because the lipid tails are hydrophobic, they're contained within the bilayer away from the fluid. In fact, very few particles can pass through this lipid bilayer unless the cell allows them to. This is called selective permeability. So how do molecules cross through the cell membrane? Proteins, called receptors, are embedded within the membrane, and activation of these receptors can move particles in or out of the cell. Endogenous ligands bind to the receptors like a lock-in key. For instance, acetylcholine is perfectly shaped to bind acetylcholine receptors, but not to dopamine receptors.